What's up everyone, my name is Daniel. I am with Catchy Pest Solutions, a local pest control company out of Asheville, North Carolina, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how we treat this home for termites. In today's video, we're going to be using a liquid chemical treatment. The chemical concentrate right here is going to be mixed in our spray rig behind us with water. We're going to inject this chemical into the soil around the exterior perimeter of this person's home. I'm going to show you exactly how we do that step by step by step. We're treating the whole house. All of our treatments come with a warranty. So that's enough talk. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we do when we're at someone's house is we measure the linear footage. So we take a measuring wheel, we go around the whole exterior perimeter of your house. With this number, we're able to determine how much solution we're going to need to treat your home for termites. In today's case, this customer's home was 214 linear feet around the outside perimeter. When we use a liquid termite treatment, we need 4 gallons of solution applied for every 10 linear feet of treatment. And that came out to 85.6 gallons of solution. We can also use satellite images to get extremely accurate measurements without actually having to be there. Before we do anything, the first thing we do is perform a very thorough termite inspection. This video isn't about how we do a termite inspection, but just know we have inspected this house for termites. They only had some small signs of termite activity on the front portion of their house. The rest of their house thankfully had no termite activity, but that doesn't change how we're treating this person's house. We're going to go ahead and treat the whole house as if there were termites everywhere. That is going to give you the best preventative coverage. You don't want to do just a spot treatment on one side of the house or the other. Windy up in the mountains today. After we calculate the linear footage, we're going to mix the product into our tank. So let's do that now. I have already filled up the tank here with 85 gallons of water. It's just water in the bottom of the tank right now. See that pole going out right there? That is the agitation pole. It actually shoots water out of there to properly mix the product. Now I'm going to mix the concentrate. This is the concentrate. It's called Taurus SC. This is a specific termiticide. It has the active ingredient fipronil. Fipronil is the best active ingredient for termite control. What this active ingredient does is it transfers to the whole colony. It does take a few weeks for this chemical to work, but that's why it's so effective. Let me put my glasses on and I'm going to mix the product in here, and then we're going to agitate it and make sure it's mixed properly. Always wear gloves and eye protection when handling the concentrate. Slowly mix it in. Anyways, mixing up the product here, nice and easy, into the water. My company has been using Taurus SC for years and years and years. I don't know how long we've been using Taurus SC. It's been one of the best termiticides in the pest control industry for a very, very long time. Longer than I've been in the industry, and you may think that's probably only a few weeks, because man, I get these comments all the time that I look really young, but I am 28, been in the industry for 6 years now. I've been licensed in 4 different states, so as you see this young kid explaining to you how Catchy Pest Solutions does their termite treatments, I promise I have a lot of experience here. So we have the chemical mixed in now. After we empty out a bottle, we have to rinse this 3 times and dispose of it properly. So don't worry, this is not going into any local ecosystems. As I was showing you, the product is just in the water now. We're going to turn on the tank, and that's going to agitate the solution. There are many, many, many benefits to doing a liquid termite treatment over a termite bait station system. I'm going to talk to you more about that later. Turn the choke on. The next step is to trench the exterior perimeter of your home. Now, trenching, it's a term we use in the pest control industry. I wasn't going to bother you with showing you. It took me about 45 minutes to trench the exterior perimeter of this person's home. But a trench, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a small ditch around the perimeter of your home. Over here, when there's such a big slope, I had to make stepped trenches. Same thing for over here. We just have trenches at an angle, and then that's a traditional trench. These trenches we dig are 4 inches wide and 6 inches deep. The purpose of this trench is to prevent the termite solution from running off into the soil around it. The trenches give the mixed solution time to settle and soak into the soil. It does take a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it. Now I'm going to show you exactly how we do the the treatment of your home. As we talked about, we have the liquid termite solution in here. This is mostly water. We have the engine there. We have a pump. We have a hose and reel. And we have a pressure gauge. We turn this system on. The termite solution comes out this hose, down, 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 all around the house to this. This is a termite rod. We use this device to inject the chemical into the soil around the house. At the end of this rod, there are tiny, tiny holes that shoot out the termite chemical in 5 different directions into the soil. We shove this bad boy down into the ground, 30 inches down, or until we hit the footer. What this rod does, it allows that product to get really, really deep. If you've got a deep footer, if you've got a basement home, we treat the soil really far down, but not too far, because termite colonies, they just forage on the surface looking for food. They eat wood or other cellulose material. This rod is extremely important device in our treatment against termites. I'm going to go ahead and start treating, and I'm going to put it on time lapse and show you guys exactly how we treat the exterior perimeter of a home for termites. So here's what we got here. We make a termite moat around the perimeter of your home. See how the chemical is just slowly seeping in? I did these areas first down here. This one's almost seeped in all the way. And these are completely saturated the soil. The water in the solution, they soak into the soil and they bond to those soil particles. Just a couple of unique areas I wanted to show you how we handle, or how I would recommend handling the treatment of them. This is a crawl space under the house right here. In this area, this is soil. This is a vent into the crawl space. We cannot really trench this area, but so instead of trenching it, what we do is we just rod it. So we still just stick the rod down into the soil, and that will treat all the soil in this area perfectly. It'll even spread out and treat some of the soil underneath this concrete slab here. Another similar area like this is this section of the house right here. There's gravel as the landscaping. We're not going to trench up your rock, gravel, or anything like that. We are just going to rod it. It's the same treatment, it's just less invasive, and it's gonna make less of a mess. We inject the rod into the ground every 12 inches, every 1 foot. So that's going to establish a perfect barrier around the exterior perimeter of your house. And that's where these termite colonies are living. They're living in the soil. And whenever they come in contact with this product, that's going to eliminate the colony. So just a few facts about termites. Eastern subterranean termites have a colony system. So they're not in the same family of ants and wasps, but you can think of their behavior similar to ants and wasps. So there is a reproductive queen. There's just one queen per termite colony. She is deep in the ground somewhere, being tended to by the worker termites. The female can lay 3,000 eggs per day, and these termites, they only eat one thing. That is cellulose material. I know you thought I was about to say wood, but wood is a cellulose material. So termites can eat wood. They can also eat stuff like cardboard, drywall. Cellulose is the compound in wood that the termites metabolize and use as energy. The other big problem with termites is that they're extremely common. They're found throughout almost the entire United States. There are studies that have shown that there can be 16 eastern subterranean termite colonies per square acre of land. Termites are such a big problem that any licensed builder is actually required to get some sort of termite treatment done for every house that they're building. This wood on their front porch was absolutely demolished with termite activity and termite damage. They've already replaced the steps here, but these steps were absolutely torn up. What actually happened here was the person who lives here had family over for Christmas. As the family was walking up the front porch, the stairs actually collapsed. The termites had caused that much damage that it couldn't even support the weight of like a 100-pound person. And I know what you may be thinking. It's winter time, so why are you doing a termite treatment? Well, the truth is, eastern subterranean termites are active all year round. Now, don't get me wrong, they're more active in the summer and spring than they are in the bitter cold of wintertime, but they're still active all year round. We always tell customers that it's important to get your house inspected for termites once a year. Now, you definitely don't need a treatment once a year, but you need to get professional eyes on the house once a year. There's been tons and tons of studies done determining how much damage termites can really do in a year time frame. And the truth is, there are just so many factors that play into the role of determining how much damage termites can do that it's impossible to say. Some of the factors that are included in determining how much damage a termite colony can do, of course, depends on where you live, how warm or cold it is. The warmer it is, the more time the termites have to have like super high activity. It also depends on how much wood is available or how much wood the termite colony is feeding on. If they've got 5 or 6 different food sources and your house is just their third best food source, they're not even going to feed on that very much. But if your house is the only wood in the whole area for them to feed on, which is normally the case because when you have a cured yard, there's not many other wood sources. When a termite colony finds your house, they're going to be feeding on it extremely quickly because they need all the wood they can get their hands on from your house in order to support their colony. The other thing to consider is just how mature the termite colony is. If this termite colony just started 6 months ago, there's only going to be a few hundred worker termites that are actually going to be eating the wood in your house. But if this termite colony has been around for 10 years, there's going to be 100,000 individual termites feeding on your house. So those are just 3 of the main factors that kind of determine how much damage termites can really do. It's estimated that termites cause more than $10 billion in damage annually across the United States, which is just a crazy amount to think about. And termite treatments are expensive, but they're nothing compared to how much damage termites could do to your house. So what I'm doing now is definitely the most time-consuming portion of today's treatment. I'm going around the whole exterior perimeter of the house, having to shove this rod into the ground, pull the trigger, let the chemical seep into the soil, and do that every foot around the whole perimeter of the house. So this can take multiple hours to complete, and that's one of the reasons why termite treatments can be expensive. The product is expensive, and of course it's quite laborious to do something like this. What you may also have is pest control companies telling you that they're going to drill the outside perimeter of your house in order to eliminate the termites because they need to get the termite chemical into the voids that every home's foundation has. And while this may be the case in some situations, our company tries not to drill into your precious home as much as possible. If there's a really active termite colony that's going up into the voids into your home, we may need to do a few drill holes just in a couple small areas to get that chemical into. But almost all the time, drilling, honestly, it's just an old school practice. That was before the termite chemicals are as good as they are now. Termite and pest control companies used to have to drill in order to get the termite chemical into all the voids, but it's just simply not the case anymore. As long as we're treating the soil, that's where the termite colony is living, and that's going to take care of the infestation. After I do this treatment, I'm going to push back the soil back into the trench, spray the soil again so there's a consistent barrier. All of our treatments come with a lifetime warranty. So after we do the initial treatment, the normal protocol for our pest control company is to return to your home or business 30 days after we complete the treatment. When we come back 30 days later, we make sure everything looks a-okay. We make sure that there's no active termites still trying to eat the wood or anything like that. And if for some reason the termite colony isn't completely eliminated in 30 days, we come back and we do a free treatment of any area that needs to be treated. Every termite treatment we do comes with a lifetime warranty. I was saying that this termite chemical, it lasts 10 years, but if you call our company, we are going to warranty this treatment for life. As long as you pay just a small monthly, or you can pay it annually fee for us to come out and check on it, then we guarantee you that if termites ever come back to your home, we're going to take care of the problem at zero charge to you. We will at some point call you to recommend a booster treatment. Now this is just like a booster shot you get at the doctor. We just do another treatment around the outside of your house to make sure that the coverage is solid. If you don't want the booster treatment, we will still inspect your house every single year. Once you do the initial termite treatment, you're pretty much just set for life.